Hi on YouTube and on Facebook. Hi on Instagram. Yep, we are live. Good. So today or I would like to talk about what sets us then really apart from the animal kingdom. Because some of the reaction we are seeing nowadays might be questionable. So, well, let's look at it. What are the things that set us really apart from our, I say, heritage? Because that's the truth. In truth, we are evolutionary, grown out of the animal kingdom. We have been evolving, and therefore our basis and our nature, our instincts are within ourselves. So our basic survival instincts are from the animal kingdom, and they are still content with us, and we do know that. Well, some people more, some people less. But I mean, we also know that anything that exists has its own cocoon, so to speak, and exists out of 3 layers. And those 3 layers are anything is energy in general. We know that, but there are different aspects of that level of energy. And we need to distinct that a little bit. So the layer of where the energy is so condensed that a form has been created, and we have a physical form, body, right? So we do know that. At the same time, we also have that, let's simplify it, say life force energy that is also content and with it in this body. So you notice that some people may call it aura, or, you have an extension of energy that expanding beyond the physical body as a field. And then we have the level of information. And you can call this spirit or Shen, or however this want to be called. It's a form of consciousness. And those 3 layers, they are working together in any entity, right? So for anything that exists and is alive, I have to say, right? So what makes us then different to the other kingdoms? We have the plant kingdom, we have the animal kingdom, we have the mineral kingdom. So what makes us then different, and why are we so, capable of doing other things and actually are able to control, really, if we could, if we could come into our full understanding who we truly are, that we are in control even of certain changes that are not natural and can influence nature in that way. So first of all, we do have a level, an aspect, an information aspect. We call it our spirit. That's the most advanced function of our human being, so to say. And because of the brain cells, they actually have let's say, a mind oneness, and they are existing as an entity. So let's call this a mind oneness entity that has been formed because of the brain cells. And the brain cells, they came together, and so they also have the ability, the brain cells are very special, they have the ability, like every other cell, to absorb things and to release things as any other cell has. So we can absorb molecules, we can absorb organic matter, we can release it, or the cells can, at least the brain cells, right? So But they also have a function of they can send information and they can receive information, as well as they need energy for that. So they are able to have that function of sending and receiving information. So the brain cells actually have, in this sense, an extension or more ability to connect with the outside world than any other cell in the body. So, and that function has actually improved. So that's our evolutionary step, right? So to explain that pretty short. So any object that exists really has that, like the brain cells, has the condensed form of energy creating form, right? So that's, we already know that. So then it has life force energy, we also know that. And then it results into form that also have life force energy around them. So the brain cells we know has brain cells itself, but it also has that field, that brain cell field. So when in an evolutionary process, in long periods of time, right? So it has been formed as a brain now. So why is it, I mean, what's so different to the animal kingdom now? So we as human beings have the brain sitting, as also other animals have that, right? So have the brain sitting in our head. And what happens is that there is creating more and more, how you say, the brain cells came together in a more dense way. So when a certain density has been reached, then the chi of, or life force energy of the nerve cells will permeate into each other and create a new entity. So like our brain has been created that way in a long evolutionary process. And so we also know that then the, I mean, this new created entity will affect now the brain cells, or the nerve cells, so to speak. And it's also that reacts on the nerve cells. So we have now a new organization sitting on top of it. The animals are able, like us, to think in images. But what they do not do so well and cannot do is their function of activating their brain for certain life function is really, I mean, in tune with their life. So I'm hungry, so therefore I'm hunt. I'm not hungry, so therefore I'm sitting and digest. You know, that is more the animal thinking. And that is not independent from the life activities. That's the difference. That is a huge difference, because we are able, with our more evolved function, to plan and to also memorize things, and also build vocabulary so that we are able to communicate. Right, so that is very, very different to the animal kingdom. So the wolf cannot go up to another wolf and say, "Hey, did you see this cool prey over there? They always come over there, right? So we should go there and hunt on this place, right?" So a wolf would not be able to do so. They learn by imitating and their instincts. So in order to maintain their features, so whatever a wolf is, you know, so they will learn that from their parents and also have that information already given with birth. So I do think that we are definitely more able and capable of planning things out. We are able to memorize also new learned things, and well, we can observe things and can say, well, that's I don't want to, you know, each time when I'm hungry, I don't want to go and hunt for something. We are planning that before. We are able to store things. Everyone knows that some people do store things more than other people. So I'm not into the realm of hoarding, right? But I mean, we do know that there are certain functions coming out of that ability. And that looks for every person quite different. So, well, but in general, that mind oneness entity is able to command our life activities. So those are features we need to rely or look at, that we have them. It also determines that we have memories, we have the ability to initiate certain acts, we have the ability to plan on and plan it better out, and also we can set things in motion. And we also can penetrate into things deeply. So, I mean, that mind oneness entity has that ability to penetrate also into things. And that is of importance. When you may find yourself of eating a lot of things that are really not healthy, that is probably something that has been learned by imitating, because we are from the animal kingdom as well, so we do those things as well. So we're imitating other things that we have been seeing. We are functioning through the images, what we perceive as well. So, but we have that function of also observe that. So when you look at it and you say, well, when I eat a lot of sugar, what happens? Usually I get hyper, my nervous system gets sensitive. People, they have issues with that. They may even report that they have a higher sensitivity to pain. Like diabetic people, they may say that their pain level starts to increase as they eat like refined sugar, and that messes up their whole chemistry. And the way how they probably have to balance it out is like, you see with kids, even though they are not probably like diabetic people, but I mean, you see the reaction when too much of that chemical, it's a foreign object that creates quite some mess in the body. When you give that to kids at the birthday party, you know what will happen, right? So there's a difference if you eat or feed your child the natural way and give it natural sugars. They are not bad, you know, we are run on also on fuel, right? So on fuel. We need those natural sugars, that's okay. And you will see that the child growing up with that source of food, with more natural, also more natural natural use, so to speak, like not cooked or not overdone, not processed a lot. You will see that those kids are more calm, they are more able to absorb information, they are easier to process and digest them, usually, right? So I'm not saying this with every child, but usually that has a huge impact, whatever you put into your mouth. So it is important to learn that we are different and can command certain things. So the question arises probably for most of us, why can't I? When I say I want to stop eating a lot of sugar, because I already observed it's not good for me, it does these and these and these things with me, and I can really wait and see the wave of sugar moving through me and all the reaction I have, I really don't like. I make now a conscious decision not more putting sugar into my mouth that's refined. Well, well, this is a nice discussion, I guess, right? So, yeah, this would be probably a huge challenge for the majority of people, because we have been trained for so long. We have set structures in place, and you do need for those structures, they maintain itself, they have their own life within yourself. They are our frames that we refer to when we say look at life. So those frames are not always the healthiest. Doesn't mean they're not stable. They are probably very stable because they have been practiced so long, they have been energized so long, and that is what's needed in order to maintain something. And it's probably even more needed when you want to create a new one, so a new frame. And you will need energy for that. So then, therefore, it might be a better idea to start with something that's giving you energy instead of expanding or, dispersing your energy levels. So anything that helps to bring more of the life force energy to you with a command in your mind that we are creating a healthy frame now, right? So it is really, really important, because of you will go through some changes. They are probably not feeling the best. Yesterday we have been talking about discipline a little bit. That's what's probably needed, because you will understand and know that if you do eat, as an example, that sugar again, you will go undoubtedly through that wave of chemistry is moving through your body, and your body will be affected by it. So once it's entered the system, it is not so easy to be in command and control of it. So therefore, because that's a natural function of that body, has its own function, you can rely on it. That's great, right? So, but you can also rely on it if you put something in that's not good, the body will violently try to expel it and get rid of it. So if you continue to eat something, you may, you may have seen that or experienced it yourself. You continue something is not really healthy for you. It can go even to strong reactions like you're vomiting, like really get rid of it right away. So if something is really a poison to you, your body will start to expectorate and will start to expel it in all directions. So all the organs of elimination will be ignited. So best would be to recognize that you can and pay more attention to the things that are not so good for you in life. They're not supporting for life. They're not supporting gathering your energy so that you get more clear. So yeah, you create more forms of healthy habits, and that will take a moment. So that's okay. It will take a while. It needs to, probably building and from an old home, ripping everything out, or even bulldoze everything down, and keep simple structural elements. Maybe they are good. They are still good. Keep them, and then produce from there your new home. So you have to think in that way, so that you don't get disencouraged to not practice or not do like certain things food styles that are impacting you, of healthy styles of living. So it will take a moment. And I hope that you can benefit from that knowledge a little bit. You have a mind oneness entity that is capable of doing all these things, yet it needs to be more trained. It needs to be more applied. By the way, I really have great success with, of course, all the natural things that you can do, food, you know, of course, all the things they are, you do as a human being naturally, like we are sleeping, right? So in order to rest. But there are also conscious ways of how you can improve. So all these things need to come in consideration when you want to make better choices in life. And you cannot just start with one and expect that the rest will happen. No, it's a whole. That's why we call it holistic approach, right? So it's the whole of all these levels, which I talked before. So it's, we are working on the form, we are working on your chi level, and we're working on your informational level all together. So Qigong is a very nice way of training and practicing that chi level. And I'm more practicing at the same time chi level and the information level. It does take a while, so I know where my weaknesses are and have been, yet I also see changes. And because we will need energy for that in order to create new frames of reference for your new life that you want to create and want to see. So instead of spending a lot of time with what's not working, we want to focus on the, building your new home, right? So building your new house of your new life, so to speak, building it, getting rid of what's not needed, create the foundation for your new house, and build it maybe even from scratch, right? So Sin Yang Qigong is one way that I love working with. It has all the abilities to train on the physical level, on the chi level, on the information level. On top of it, I love also the consciousness world community. I love working with those teachers as well. They are also from the non-medical hospital in China. I'm still, working with them and training with them. And the knowledge and the wisdom nuggets and the experiences I'm sharing in my programs. And also at when you come to the Saturday class and Sin Yang Qigong, testing it out, we are practicing every Saturday together, and so feel invited to that. The link is hopefully then underneath. I will place it there, and otherwise you can find it also on truebetteryou.com under the Sin Yang Qigong label and drop down. You also find it on directly on the internet, free Sin Yang Qigong practice.com, and because it's so difficult to spell, I will hopefully have the link underneath. And the program I'm doing is all including of that. So to get the foundation set for you, that you can also benefit and create a real life that you're looking for, that you're wishing for, that's healthy and helpful for everyone around you. All right, so I hope that was more fun, and you understand a little bit more how you can and look for those things that you can create your new life. And tomorrow I will probably go in, why don't you? what's holding you back, right? So we talk about the things that might be of hindrance and might cause you to not knowing how to go forward. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye.